What happens? What happens when you try to stretch a concentrically oriented muscle? Good morning. Happy Thursday. I have Neuro Coffee in hand, and it is perfect. Hi, Jordan.
It keeps me humbled. Good morning, Bill and everyone. So I have a kid it's a cool example of like the extreme where he's walks on his tippy toes. But he only developed that, like he's in 5th grade. I think he developed it like 2 years ago. And I'm having my ideas, like he's really pushed forward. So my idea is to pull him back. Yes, but he has this like contracture, and I'm trying. So I was trying to use like a half kneeling.
A contracture where?
At his ankle. Sorry. Like I've tried. My CI has me like stretch him passively, and we get him to 90. But like I'm just going with So I'm trying to capture some relative motion, get some pronation. But I'm trying to work with my CI. That's a whole different thing. But I'm trying to capture these positions at the ankle.
Yep.
But I'm at this wall where like I physically can't get him past 90.
Yeah. Have you noticed that he can't turn his head all the way in one direction?
He walks like, I guess I've not noticed that. He walks like very like hands in his pockets. Like,
okay, why do you put your hands in your pockets when you walk?
To not
turn. Go ahead, Grace. Say it, Grace. Say it, Grace. Go.
Get more IR or force.
Yeah, there you go. So he's walking in late propulsion. He doesn't have any IR, so he jams his hands into his pockets, and it creates the downforce. That's why internal rotation is a downforce. Get it? Okay. He looks down at the ground when he walks too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does he look down at the ground? So he can push into the ground, right? Okay. So he's probably like an end game representation. So you got posterior lower stuff. Okay. But he can't turn his head. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. What happens when you try to stretch a concentrically oriented muscle? What happens?
It doesn't lengthen.
You're inflicting pain unnecessarily. Or you're lifting a very, very heavy weight, right? Mm-hmm. I'm at the bottom of the bench press, right? I'm at the bottom of the standing calf raise, right? You're stretching a muscle that does not want to eccentrically orient, right? So now you got to start thinking, it's like, okay, you stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch, and nothing good happens from this. Stop, right? That's not the solution. It's never going to be the solution because it doesn't work. Period. You could stretch him for 6 minutes straight. You know what's going to happen? Nothing. Other than the fact he's not going to like you very much. Okay. So you got to start thinking strategy here. Okay. So if I have somebody that is in an ER representation in the ankle and the foot, I need an IR representation there. Okay. And if you can't manually achieve that, then you got to start thinking up, right? Right. Getting his head to turn is going to start to reduce the concentric orientation. You're going to create a wave that starts at his head and it's going to move towards his feet. Okay. The rolling activities that we always talk about are going to come in really handy here, but you're going to have to teach him how to do that. And then that. You understand?
Is he someone who will probably try and like do like the little like turn and like whip himself over? Probably like you kind of have to like help him out a little bit at first. Okay.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a middle. Right?
Yeah.
And you tried to force him there, and he said, Yeah. Okay. So he's standing on the edge of the cliff. You're pushing him from behind. His heels are coming off the ground, and he's fighting you every step of the way. There is no way that you're going to get his heels to drop until you stop pushing him forward.
Right.
Okay. But I think where you're going to have to go is up there. Okay. Think of all the strategies that he's showing you just walking in the door. Got my hands in my pockets. I'm staring at the ground. Everybody says, oh, he's so quiet and introverted. Right. Yeah. You know why? You know why? Do you know why? Because if he looks up,
he'll fall.
He's uncomfortable because he can't control space. He has to stay focused. So he has to close the world in, look down, put his hands in his pockets, grit his teeth, and make sure that he's getting enough downpour so he doesn't fall. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Because that's exactly how he is.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's take gravity out of the equation. Okay. Take gravity out of the equation. Put him in positions that start to move him closer to middle gradually. Turn him gradually. Start at the top and get him to turn and roll this way, and get him to turn and roll this way, and then have him start to reach across, but hold his head still so he understands what the turns mean. Okay. Pronation, internal rotation in the foot is a turn. It's not jamming him into a straight plane. Right?
Yeah.
Create the turns. You understand?
Yep. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna.
So hang on. Where are you treating him? Like where in the space of it's an outpatient clinic, right?
Yeah.
Where are you treating him? Out in the gym?
No, on the table, really on the table.
Is it a big space or little space?
Tiny space.
Curtained off?
It might as well be.
Okay. You got to keep him in a small space. Okay. He doesn't like big spaces. You need a smaller space. He can manage small space. You understand? That matters. Yeah. That matters. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Light matters. All that stuff. Right? He's uncomfortable.
Right.
Don't make him more so. If you want to reduce he's got muscle activity out the wazoo that's telling you he's uncomfortable. Like he stands up, he's uncomfortable. Okay. Chances are he's going to grow up to be a great stand-up comedian or maybe a rock singer, but you got to get him internal rotation first, because you can't hold on to the microphone as a strategy long-term, right? He's in here, right?
If he becomes famous one day, I'll take full.
No, it's like, but think about it. It's like all his behaviors point to the fact that he is trying to put force into the ground.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Does he wear glasses?
No, but I was gonna say he's growing out his hair like this, like down to here. Sweet. His mom's been like, you got to cut your hair. And I was like, you should cut your hair. But now I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't be saying that.
Does he do the thing?
Yeah, always.
Head shake. Love the head shake. I used to love my long hair. The head shake was awesome because you could feel it. Oh, I miss that. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir.